Kemet's last sun-soaked proto-computer. I heard it sputtering out incomplete Communist Party word search results to the skip of digital fuzz, coughing out ghost red briefs, buffering mid-sentence as mind police comb the feed. You buried the building blocks of stylish dissent, minced in the watermelon dance smoothie spill. Hand over your definition for Evites to orgy bathing and the chance to be the single black friend to a sea of white merfolk. Reselling dirty water atop freshly digested favelas, running past improvised encampments, radiating internet signals from polished teeth, producing genetically altered Pomeranians from phone apps, making multi-million-dollar mistakes every goddamn day. Forcing updates on your pocket calculator from a bed of constructive criticisms, sandwiches of repurposed ego meat, chewed into a personality disorder. I'm here to wipe the drive clean and reinstall the guts of your computer, as you have become the safe nigger with a temperament that of an amicable butler, bespeckled and disarmed. Behind ulterior motives, your printer spits out sheets of acid, completely tripping, failing to guard your senses from the social contagion, picking meat from the incisors of hellhounds. So we're mixing herbs between our toes as lightning strikes to reboot your antiquated IBM desktop computer and finally give you something older to die for. Press. I don't write rhymes, I write code. He went to the Grammys to be dubbed the king of niggas, spin dunking above gourmet chicken, screaming street names and sports coverage of police shootings. They're all surprised you took the time away from spearhead sharpening and dice game refereeing to accept. Your hands slipped with the blood of fragile young white women, pulverized under your concept. There are imaginary emotional triggers howling at the moral barometer. Exploding screams on the cell walls of a militarized, touchy subject. You are dangerous and need to be defanged before you can be cast in the multicultural milieu. So kneel or die broke. Your Grammy is placed on a clean mantle as snipers flick fingernails in tip jars, choke chains around oversight panels, bullets stacking up in dressing rooms. Shine it. Make it the touchstone to your cosmopolitan chugging. Blizzard tongues licking glowing teeth as bubbling blood splashes behind them. Make it the badges of your success. Make it the end of your struggle. Unhook your jaw and hand it to your sponsor. Toss your genitals to the European doctors. And cry aloud. Yes. I've loaded the last kiss in the cannon. The kiss is preloaded with a palette of sounds, smeared on a recollection of drum solos. As the television hands down the party leaders one pile of bones at a time, I lean on the muscle wall of the kiss. Automatic spray of tongue slobbers slathering your aura in South Sudanese sky slush. Letting you loose on the grounds. Grounding your POV in that sugar glass. Glass to gaze through as the fluids mix. Then the kiss lands on plastic directly. Mixing fluids become the jazz for the unknowable fuckface. Emblazoned on jackets and loosely referenced in slang, as if love only modified our implicit grandeur. The enormity of the light-drenched lung, in service of spooning single servings of self-love. Push through engorged black lips into a minted mind. I mean to say, my flirt is the slight. Let our moans drown your sirens, and singe the mind of your young as they lust after the shaking end of our skipping commentary. Dead to the debtors, yet alive at the party. Alive. Alive. Free black press. I don't write rhymes, I write code. My home is like Africa before slavery. Its teeth scissoring laughter in the song. As I repack earthquake preparedness kits for teenage love stories, mastering the burden of the mad. My home is the asylum for the 24-hour gym, where I'm cracking bones to the rhythm of a lie, burning gold before a TV pilot. It's the place where shadows cock-block the punchline, where crack smoke-soaked baby bibs resemble the baby back ribs of Nana's diabetic coma. But the public shame crumbles to an armful of manacles. As the names of winners are read aloud, their names unpronounceable, their motives unfuckwittable. Their faces stretched through a satellite beacon's radiated language. My home is where recipes are compiled, mama's voice solidifying into baby moans. Anchoring the hoods in Godspeak, sweetening yams from within, breaking records. With a modern race debated, the bourgeois laughing you out of view. With false capitulation and cosmetic high fives to Favor's jive masters. That's where names are fought over, where the windmills are perfected, where the shit is talked into being. But the pages absorb the spill, or the place and time matter least. My home was like Africa before slavery. No, it ain't. Singing and praying for the precious metals under the grass. I've been spinning yarn from the hair of my elders, reeling out of decaying skulls near the smoldering hut. Still smoking. Still smoking. The personal effects of the shaman soccer coach are splayed before the board game. To read future earning projections between the chicken bones and talismans, shared between privileged number crunchers, isolated within Olympian riches. I've been whining in song, surgically detailing cars full of dynamite racing down rows of teeth, disengaging nerve endings from happy endings,
I've been dragging bodies to the data current, tossing them in the racing megabytes, leaping to the electric prodding of command codes, showing how meat surrenders to thought, how living memory devotes character to dying flesh, how dying is the job of the unaccounted, the spiral in reality is a trapdoor, pliable by the power man, burying the spearhead under the beauty you defend, in the sake of order, in the sake of award.
Free Black Press. Free Black Press. Out the verses, written in marker, stinking like jet fuel on a tarmac or alien blood, soaked into an argument, radiant on the palate of the purveyor of jungle music, who's stringing notes together with chicken fat, dumping grains in a pot and memories into a song. Want me to get the notebook and count the computer parts out loud in Swahili, dodging stars as I star in my self-directed funeral fire, spelling glossaries of pidgin onto a circuit board for sugarcane fields, sentencing animal qualities to an eternity of shame, coiling the self-hatred into a center of gravity or gravitas, refinancing the move house as I move the move about, the caloric bulk of the swag chubbies you're young, as my protégés gallop in strides across stringed binaries, fields of candy limbs, scrambled language packages, surging with syntax hiccups, giving life to your cancer. The notebook and reveal the scaffolding behind radical thought patterns, shifting gears, ducking out of view, bursting the eternal discourse of apathetic mods along the farmer union water politics of right now. And this is all inspirato, lace blouses for prettied commandments. Imagine the weapon systems manuals, what dens they rest in, what worlds they overlap in. You don't want me to reach for it. I killed my way to the top, shells cascading from my podium as I embraced artistic whimsy on the corner of Normandy and Bastille, melting glances into love while staring at a shredded beauty. What's beyond this norm, this dull hum, this polite waltz. You don't want me to get the notebook and start defining the expanse, turning money back into nothing. You don't want me to return to circuit board grids made into crochet patterns, fingers interlocked in the sheet music. You don't want me to return to small talk fat with color wheels, rounded to the nearest infinity, where warm pallets of gold brick are lowered into childhood dreamscapes. You don't want me to reach for it. Free Black Press. I don't write rhymes, I write code.
want me to reach for?
Athletes and entertainers. Athletes and entertainers. Congolese folk wizards on computers, making greens, sharing spells, boiling water, raising children, refining jive, making love for life's in-betweens. Athletes and entertainers. Athletes and entertainers. Giving in to the great civilizer's fashions, fetching his slippers, reading his bio, assorting his knives, nursing his son, parking his sedan, monitoring his heart, curing his meat, sucking his cock. Sucking. Athletes and entertainers. Athletes and entertainers. You have sold your intestines for a scripted stumble down golden plumbing. Agape mouths of addicts are swabbed for samplings of the common tongue. Televising your home birth for sports car payments. Yes, your mind is on fire. This is what Obama wants. Toss your inside jokes into the fiery eye. Dig your pit with severed child hands. Your body encased in gold. Muted and priceless. Try to sing your way out of this one. Make your excuse for winning. When eyes bat like doors shutting. Schools being bombed, world's ending. You've showed your ass, and I've let it happen. Again. Again. Again.
I'm more than your entertainment. I'm more than your entertainment. More I control what happens to. Nothing is going wrong around the world. We see all around me.
I'm more than. I'm more.
relationship as a teacher to the student. You can find your inner self through fluid movements. If money is speech, how do you say nigga and money? I'm back like Mr. McGillick, how do you get an idea with a city party? You cannot get it from me. I'm a shaman that play. We've been making drum machines out of the purple metal. So my name is circulating in an eternal memo. My computer got it encrypted login cause my shit's awesome. Arbiters want my hip-hopping from the colorful array. I say I'm overqualified for this position. I got a background in pit moshing and dishwashing. I hold the front row so the killer sperm fit with the terms lit and a firm grip on the cast never get turn shift. You gotta learn shit. We thirst quench for that house of the art downpour. I'm an earthbound whore whose hometown looks exactly like a ground war. What exactly did you come around for? You want to cultivate the sound that was unfound before. With the wood chip and mulch, you want the good shit in bulk. And me, I did more than shuffle and dribble for my tenure. I did more than just write to my senator. When it was right of center, I would goodbye to my mentor and find my center. Orchestrate another mind bender when I fly to Kenya. Find a love, the sun and shine in ephemera that defies gender, that finds a member in drunken wine splendor. Yes, it's you.
The debris falls on hoods of Border Patrol jeeps. Fingers, lips, and crucifix splinters cascading to the rhythm of a glowing, ever-morphing citation slip. Names and sentencings spelled in ocean mist. Rattled off by administrative land sharks with promises wadded in a paperweight. A desk of reclaimed children's shoes acts as a phone dock for a sputtering chess motor straddling a moral imperative, offering a public shucking for deactivated infinity of knuckles. Eat. The food is aimed at you. Eat and be pulled in the colony's chapel, shaved, clean, and stretched against icy metal sheets. State your name and surrender. Waving flags and flagged waves were denounced in the shelling, like light yanked back into a sun. Concord. Water is enough. I can sip from the wood brace for now. Quietly and in plain view, the ground has been rounded perfectly from countless launches, so it is perfect. And with these materials and this effort, the natural hot spring can be ready before sundown. So come partake in my magical bullshit. It's crystallized into plastinated Adonises and breakaway jumpsuits, and is the go-to stand-in for any all-purpose seasoning. Pluck the nerves from your pulsing nodules. Wipe yourself of dynamic, then coat your spinning core in the aforementioned magical bullshit. Magical bullshit. Foster City. The internet, as a bowl of silent thank yous, turned on itself in an astrodome for over-the-counter culture terrorism, where your cries can be absorbed into the fibers of a bill. Password-protected gene sequences for Anglophiles to test drive, bought at a single click. Darkened cancers in the centers of a delectable fructose block, bought with a rapid double-click. Muscle-bound veins twist around breasts, absorbing nutrients from all naked cell walls, viewed with a drag and a click. Even your memory is itemized in an unflattering way, proving that my gizmo is sentient. Baltimore. My son asked me what a nigga was, and if I was one, was he one too? And what it meant to be of nigga stock. How do we define this nigga that we resemble? Or are qualities lost in the abstraction of prayer? Did we become, or were we always this? And what was this? Where did the border between us and the world merge? No one knows. Thankfully, we do know the storms that forge the idea. The definition is uninterrupted. The nigga's the variable. The nigga's the unknowable. A mislabeled parcel of human electricity. Prehistoric in form. Beyond time in essence. My crew dissolves instantly when dunked in an applause line. Molecules sailing on a fart into a hip-hop quotable outtake, reiterated for the sheer irony of it all. The ciphers become a circle jerk of lawyers, catapulting legalese from a bank account. The beats become a respirator hum, spilling from the broken heart of Robert Townsend's stunt double. Anchored in Wu-Tang romantics and script rewrites. The young homies write multi-million-dollar deals on banana leaves and are suddenly locked in isolation tanks and tasked with perfecting the selfie as a shortcut to enlightenment. John Horace screaming at my ashy knees as I get bitch-ass nigga t-shirts made from my own avatars. Code switching myself into vertigo, recalling Rid's teachings as they are swallowed by jazz man mind fury and mythologized in dancing Negro rags. My brain soup, built from Harlem abuse and Southside Chicago's radiated public pools, weakened by sugar and the love of all things white. The homies left in time. My crew always dissolves at the same point, when the phones are ringing. Money calls often, but I do not know how to speak money. The characters bounce off my tongue and instantly become major triad harmonics, as if that counted on the Dow Jones, or was a reality that niggas could spin into eternal lore. Aware of my soft belly, Amir and James both ran in place, calling my bluff, making eye contact as the team jackets are vomited on. My Lemur bedtime stories read like accounts of botched bank robberies. My aging body, filled with rap and the craft of self. What of it? What of it, my nigga? It's all the same. We're all here, still here. Burley. Sorting screams for pay, taking count of the obliterated, under the privacy of an ever-expanding heaven, but a sorcery of electric braids, and a credence of swear words. Glassy-eyed payees and technocrats alike marvel at your work as they feast on tested meat grafts. Meats grafted from yo hide, while you're stacking social niceties against the invisible checkpoint, marching into the Revit internal dry fan blade. See, your death is a call to service, insisting, make sense of the meat bladder, make sense of the policy's result, make sense of Ryan's vaporized sternum. New York, give me a minute. I'm dumb enough to try again. Worms drunk off rich meats know it. They know it can read my brow, discern my mood, grade my apathy. Hazardous stumbles to a ridge aren't soaked with insights like the radio-ready radicals pitched earlier. You sway to a continuous hum, sucked into a dark truth, looming over your sphere of influence. It speaks in digital crunches and moves on. Give me a minute, it's been long enough. I prepared for a second attempt, tilted towards the desk lamp. Hootenum. Talk radiology at the trans hood night fight, spittle, crushed promises, and street name anagrams appear at the drop of a pair of chucks. Burnt money on the breath, and unknowable confidence crackling around balled up fists. This is your anger set aside, a continuous binary, not just a street brawl. This is your mind sucked along a power vacuum. Again, not just a street brawl. Dip your toe in the mercury bath anew and fight for some sort of humanity, one swallow of blood at a time. One swallow of blood at a time. Paris. Cloaked. And a plea for child labor law revisions. Your smirk peeks from behind cascading numbers, stomach acid splashing against North Africa. Quail legs ornately laced in negroid navels, ancient silks draped from Bardot's government-approved tits, slick with a blood milk cocktail. You have arrived. Fashionable, coiffed, with the pen's walking orders poking from a shirt pocket. You have arrived. Warhead, headdress, antennas, transmitting the Proto-Europeans' assembly instructions. The barbarism lexicon handy, used to chisel your likeness in the bedrock of compacted skull dust. You are home. Broken Hill. For our next caller, we'll task the slurping machine with playing the IV drip in its recreation of a New Jack Swing-styled rendition of Grapes of Wrath, streaming live on a set of glowing teeth. All this for your well-being. Slip into the bathrobe, lob the hate nuggets to the wind, and swear that your heart is a frozen sun, for the sake of starving your heart and dethroning the medical anomaly confounded in a woman. Apple Valley. For our next caller, the ads come to life and regurgitate truisms on the hour. The matters at hand, grim, while the remedies are farcical, all to bring levity to your sophomoric squabbles, taking place outside of normalcy's grasp. Poke some air holes in the skull cap. Impair your coding with prayer. Vanity plates of treasurers, motorcades, and fur. You are not immortal, but the dollar in your hand always was. While lawmen are flavoring ice outside of nurseries, they want you dead, sir. Your role is to grin and bleed. Do it for the sake of crumbling pie charts, heavy with topping. USS John McCain. For our next caller, we can spill the sky onto bundles of wires, watch the singing emit from the icebox, and exist for the story alone. Clutch the night to our expensive coats, and wish death on the accountants. Numbers breathe on sunroofs while exhaust recites poetry. So a few lives can slip through the cracks, a few surnames can be pulverized in the data siphon, so that we can laugh at symmetry until it sags in our favor or until we lose interest. Vo. For our next caller, all spells will be moaned in the key of D minor, spoken in public over fresh game, and then deleted from known history. Session musicians sworn to secrecy set themselves on fire before doors open and splay mangled charred ruins at the merchandising booth. For exhausted pilots with navel ring chains, hooked to small moons, hanging over luxury resort skies, yellow cake bulging from the handbag lining. as your coddled boy king reaches for the sugar loaf of old world ills in hopes that a syrupy endorphin may seep into the groundwater and make his madness real. Fairview. The end is a crowded stage, one that you've been shoved off of by hurried key grips, reclaiming reality and aligning it along blocking marks, burned into the tarmac with griffin talons, heated by a fine-tuned apathy. The end is an appetite suppressant, spinning on your tongue, flinging in the air in mute time's ceaseless instructions rattled off at the rate of a moment, crashing into another, lasting for a breath or the tail end of a thought. Ends can be rewritten and undone, franchises, prequels, and endorsements stampede away from gorgeous imploding suns. In the aftermath of their failing, a bullet reluctant to kill, unable to unfuck times come hither and follow through. And follow through. Los Angeles. When I was young and rich, I could negotiate the loving gaze bridging man and object. Buckwheat sprouting from my frown lines, I assumed there was a dance to discern, a black magic to draw from the shrieking siren. Why does something so important remain unknowable? The sky sags with an armful of bulky foreheads, as if inclinations to crush stars under toes were a feature of the body. This stems from your Los Angeles lie, your creation myth, buzzing from malfunctioning lip bones, stratifying your smile strength, critiquing the God speak. It is a frozen explosion mistaken for a jewel, rocked on the bosom of a beautiful child soldier, casting himself endlessly. Los Angeles. Free black press.